Hello and welcome to the Money Rebel podcast. This is your host, Haley David, and it is my mission to help you be your own boss, rebel against your 9-to-5, and build a successful business that you actually love. In my world, I believe that business gets to be fun, easy, and profitable AF. This podcast is your go-to guide to help you start and build a business that will pave the way for your dream life. Join me every week as I chat about marketing tips, business strategy, industry trends, and life as an entrepreneur. So if you're ready to play by your own rules, attract more dream clients, and build your business to 6 figures and beyond, grab a drink and let's dive in. Hello, my Money Rebel family. Welcome back to another episode of the Money Rebel podcast. This is your host, Haley David, and today's episode will be focusing on understanding business as it exists in the world today. Diving right in, according to Investopedia, the term business refers to the organized efforts and activities of individuals to produce and sell goods and services for profit. So the simplified explanation of running a business basically consists of understanding that in order to have a profitable business, you need to be bringing in more revenue than money going out, aka expenses. So a business's goal should be to make a profit. Total revenue minus total expenses equals profit. And you generate this profit by exchanging goods and services to your client, the consumer, the customer, and visibility is what helps your clients find your services and your business. So in other words, visibility means that your ideal clients need to be able to find you. The way in which consumers find and purchase are shifting. According to Statista, in 2021, over 2.14 billion people worldwide are expected to buy goods and services online, up from 1.66 billion global digital buyers in 2016. Even for local businesses, this statistic is so important because more and more people are turning to the internet and searching online for the services that the business you're starting will offer. IBIS World estimates that the percentage of business conducted online increased almost 28% in 2020 alone, reaching 30.8% of all business activity. So what does this mean and why is it important for you when you are starting your business? It's important because business today looks way different than it did 20 years ago, let alone last year. More and more people are using the internet to help grow their business, and this will only continue to grow in the future. I want to encourage you to not just think about what's happening in the business world now and today, but where things are headed. I will also add that business is shifting more and more online. However, there will always be a need for in-person/local businesses. It's just that the way in which local businesses market and create visibility and communicate to their clients is shifting online. And remember, in life, things are constantly evolving and changing. So it's very important to be open to this change. And when you are in the beginning phases of starting your business, you are going to be in a much better position for success if you know this going in. That simply put, the online world is a very powerful tool for business owners, whether you're an online business or local, and that being open to change and adaptability is one of the most important things that a successful business owner has. Another thing to understand is that successful businesses are great at solving problems for their customers and clients. Some questions for you to answer is, what problem are you solving for your customer? What problem is your product or services solving for your customer? How does it help them to have that problem solved? And what is it worth to them to have this problem solved? Most humans, when making a buying decision, are secretly asking those questions. They're also thinking, how does this help me save money, save time, survive, thrive, be part of the tribe, have sex, etc.? All biological instincts that humans subconsciously are thinking about. Most humans, when making a buying decision, are secretly asking those questions, as well as thinking to themselves, why should I care? What's in it for me? Why are you the person to help me with this? And then how do I get this thing? Again, I want to encourage you when you're starting your business and getting clarity on what services you offer and the business that you want to start and how you want to help people, come back to these questions. And you can also find these in the Think Like a Boss workbook. If you haven't downloaded the workbook, it is completely free and is your go-to business guide for learning what it takes to start a successful business and ditch your 9-to-5 for good. So you can head over to www.moneyrebelco.com/podcast and download your free copy there, or head to the link in the show notes and you can also get it there. Another thing about business is it's crucial to understand that big brands are becoming more personal, standing for things you believe in. It's okay to share your values and mission with your customers. Successful businesses do a great job at making the exchange of services feel personal. Don't be afraid to offer a personal touch and infuse who you are into your business. People want more of that in today's world. Another very important thing about business is that innovation is what people and consumers are craving. A question for you to answer in your workbook, if you have it, or on a piece of paper is, how can you bring innovation to your industry? How can you bring innovation to your clients? How can you do things differently and better, right? Maybe it's by offering a more personalized client experience. Market research is going to help you bring innovation into the business that you're starting. I hope you're enjoying this episode so far. Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you so much for your support, and now back to the show. The next thing to know about understanding business as it exists in the world today is that you don't have to rely on paid advertising as the only source to grow your business anymore. The days of pay to play in business are done. You can build a thriving business without any paid advertising. And don't get me wrong, paid advertising can be extremely valuable and is great, but it should fit the overall vision of your company. Another thing to keep in mind is that businesses that are around for the long haul take the time to build a solid foundation for their business. So just like a house, you don't start by building the roof or the bathroom. You start with the foundation to support the house. The same goes for business. Taking the time to build the foundations of your business will support you for years and years to come. Now I want to talk about why most businesses fail and how to avoid this. And disclaimer, I don't want to let this topic scare you. I did debate even talking about this, but honestly, knowledge is power. And I believe that by knowing why most businesses fail, you can intentionally build your business to avoid it from happening to you. Ultimately, you will never fail unless you entirely give up. But these are the top 3 reasons why a lot of businesses fail. Number 1 is not investigating the market. We talked about this a little bit already, but you have to find an opening or an unmet need within a market and then fill it rather than try and push your product or service in. It is so much easier to satisfy a need rather than create one and convince people that they should spend money on it. So make sure when you are starting your business that you are taking the time to do market research. Reason number 2 why most businesses fail is a study by the US Bank found that 82% of businesses failed because of a lack of cash flow. And simply put, cash flow is the money that is moving or flowing in and out of your business every single month, which goes back to what I was saying earlier, that it is so important to know your numbers and know how much revenue your business is bringing in every month and how much is going out. Reason number 3 is adaptability. A business that is not prepared to adapt to changes in the market or industry will face many obstacles throughout the course of their business. Those are the 3 reasons why most businesses fail. Another thing to know about understanding business as it exists in the world today is that it is easier than ever to start a business now. More and more people are joining the movement of being their own boss and making their own rules for their life and making money in their own way and rebelling against their 9 to 5. So the internet has made it possible for people to start a business without having to have a degree in business or learn solely from trial and error. There are so many resources for you when you're just getting started right at your fingertips between Google, YouTube, paid courses and offers and resources from online educators and business coaches. There is so much out there to help you build your business. And this is exactly why now is the best time to start your business. Another thing to remember is that all businesses start off small. So I want to encourage you, don't be intimidated by bigger brands or your competition. There is room for everyone at the entrepreneurship table. In fact, competition just means that there is more than enough for everyone. I want to encourage you to have tunnel vision and remember that the company you might envy or that you look up to started out just like you. They were exactly where you are right now. Truly, what makes someone or a business successful is that they don't give up. They may change the course or direction or their vision, but they never give up on the dream. They are flexible with how the dream unfolds, but I want to encourage you to be flexible with how your business and this dream unfolds, but continue to walk the path towards your desired life and goals. By now, you should have a greater understanding of how business works and exists in the world today. So your next steps are to head on over to your Think Like a Boss workbook and fill out the exercises and activities in there to really help take what I discussed in this episode even further. And for those of you who don't have a copy of the workbook and you would like one, you can find that at www.moneyrebelco.com/podcast or head to the link in my show notes and you can get your free copy of the Think Like a Boss workbook there. And that is all for today, and I will see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy this episode, you can help support the podcast by making sure you're subscribed, hit the 5 stars, and leave a review. Thank you so much, my Money Rebel family, for supporting the show, and tune in next week for another episode.